Everybody, welcome to the Season 10 All-Star Game. I think this is the third time we've did this. Last season wasn't great, so higher expectations this time around. I believe the teams are should be drafting any minute. The draft links were created like 10 minutes ago, so hopefully they didn't already start. Oh, they totally did. So it's like a race against time here. But if you want to call draft, looks like Zed, Kiana, Zoe are the bands against Red, and Vladimir, Jinx, and one other champion are going to be the bans against Blue.
Yeah, it looks like UC already drew 3 bans from the red side. It looks like our display is all screwed up. Actually, it doesn't matter because
Yeah.
it's
No, I gotta fix it.
No, it's good. It's awesome. Okay, we got a Cinder ban now for Brewer. I think the Vlad ban's also for Brewer, maybe for Nishan. I don't know which side he's on though. Let me see.
Yeah,
Nishan's on team. That's Brewer.
yeah.
Okay,
Looks like
Yunara.
that's Yunara first picked for Teddy.
Oh, yeah, I saw Teddy playing a little bit Yunara earlier. He just dropped the 10 kill banger a few minutes ago. So I'm sure he's really comfortable on that champion right now. Well, that's fearless. I mean, he won't get to play it again. You might as well get it out early.
That is true.
All right, let's see what's... Red side's going to drop R1, R2. Oh, that's wholesome.
Oh, we actually get to see Dave's Neela. This champion, I feel like, has been benched all season, so it's fun to see Dave pull that out in the All-Star game. I don't know what the matchup is between Yunara and Neela, but I think we're in for a banger either way.
No, of course. I've seen people been dropping Senna with this pick, so see what they pick with it. It could be hard engaged. Ooh, Lee Sin. That's Hero Lee Sin? Oh, no, it's a Drakkar Lee Sin. I see. Yeah. No, he has a bunch of mastery on that champion. I mean, he can pretty much play any jungler you could think of. You could put him on anything and he'll perform pretty well.
Yeah, I think this is actually Drakkar denying the Lee Sin away from Hero here, which I think is pretty interesting.
But Wukong's a great counter in the Lee Sin. When they play team fights later, you could just knock up the Lee Sin whenever he tries to go in on Q2. Just make it completely unfair.
Yeah, I mean,
See what they pick with it though.
A smart pickup into it. I feel like Hero probably knows his main champion pretty well, so he's gonna know what the good counters are into it.
Absolutely, and plus Wukong's pretty easily executable. Ooh, Lulu. So you don't just have Wukong R1, R2, you also have Lulu, and then plus you get buff up the Wukong. And then you have attack speed buffs and shields onto Yunara on top of it.
And I also personally am always a fan of just banning the Lulu every time Teddy shows up on the screen. So I think this is a little cracked. Just to even have on Teddy's team. Looks like Rat is just going to go for the Orianna blind pick. And they're going to have an opportunity to cover ban 2 picks away from Brewer.
Yeah, Rat's been getting away from his old play style. He decided to start playing a few safer champions like mages. Started playing some Ahri. He's been playing a little more of that Zoe, and he's also been locking more Orianna recently as well. I know he's pretty good on that champion already, but he's been locking in a lot more lately. And there's a little block ban right there. That was out to Brewer. Probably see another target ban.
Yeah, I just realized I totally fucked up. I said Nishan was on both teams.
It'd be like that sometimes.
He is good enough to be on both teams, for that matter.
So true.
He probably could. Nishan is just 2 people. Okay, let me invite you.
Yeah, LB is a good cover ban here, I feel like. I wonder what the other one's going to be. Banning away PB's Rel is good. Again, this is another champ that typically we see get like permabanned away from PB, but we didn't see it come out really all season. Seeing both the Nila and the Rel in this game could be interesting, but fortunately we are denied that opportunity.
Yeah, also we see an Ornn ban as well. So that's the champ that Scott got Diamond on this season. He spammed like 100 games of it.
Crazy.
There might be a Cho'Gath come out from him though, with that being up here. Would be It's always fun to see that.
Who the TriCast? You got him as ARAM. Let's go, man.
I'm
See an
here. I made it.
Alistar.
Alistair. So two ball delivery systems now. There's a good wombo too with the.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say Alistar locked in does mean that this is a perfect Silas angle.
Oh, yeah, there it
Nila
is.
Ori, Lee Sin ults, none of them are insane, but I know my man
Oh,
Greer is just going to lock in
no.
Silas.
He won't lock it.
I hope
It's
he
got to
does.
be just a hover, right?
We can see the Shaco top as well in this game if we don't see Timo. I'm sure he's gonna. Let's see what he picks. I can see him picking some front line here. Yeah, something like Cassante.
Well, we get fucking Scott Sante here.
Cassante just doesn't lose lane. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, safe enough blind picking Nishan, but we have seen some dastardly counter picks from Nishan this season, so we could see something crazy come out here. We will have to see, though.
Come out.
It might be the Garen. I hope it's not the Garen because that's boring, but we may be seeing Garen here.
Nothing else can take care of that champion. You might as well.
1 second. No second.
Go.
The classic
like
45-second pick timer.
Looks like we're not playing with a top laner.
Yes, 4v5.
That's what they said. They said Aurora?
Yeah.
Okay, where it's like fucking Keen champion number 1 versus Keen champion number 2. Actually crazy.
Ah. Yeah, they're saying Aurora in the thing. Yep. Oh, goodness. That's great. All right.
Okay, maybe I don't make this 256 size. To like spell it how Riot Games spells it in their little patch preview.
A Wawa.
I still think Nunu and William was peak. I don't think they're ever going to match that.
Was it like a typo in one of their things? One of their videos?
No, I think they started doing it on purpose a while back when they do like the Twitter like patch previews. I feel like Nunu and William was the first one, and then they did like a bunch. I don't know. Shit's funny as all.
This will be new. We haven't seen him play Aurora at all this season, so yeah, up top. I'm imagining it's Aurora top, right? Like it's got to be. You can't
believe
this on a top.
Is this the first Aurora top we've seen? I mean, we've seen it mid a billion times, but I don't know if we've seen a top lane.
I feel like Alana might have played one game of it top.
Oh, really?
What about for just team format?
Just team format, I do not see a top.
Okay. Yeah. So
That being said, if Alana played it, then it could have been registered as mid or something along those lines.
We're usually pretty good about that. So we'll say it's a first time in a more official. Obviously, this isn't full team format, but you know. Just gonna go back though. Key player for Blue All Stars is gonna be Brewer. No surprise there. We did see the Syndra denied. I believe Echo actually just like fell through the draft. I think he was holding counterpick, but Silas is in his top 5 also. We saw the LeBlanc at 5th banned away. Going over, we have Drakkar as the featured player for Red All Stars. Actually, his most played champion going over to Hero, and Hero's either most played or highest prio champion at least is going over to Drakkar. So we kind of have a reversal here, which is pretty fun. But Drakkar, newer to the server, 80 games played with a 58% win rate is very solid. 42 champs played across that. That means he is averaging less than 2 games per champion he's played, which is absolutely absurd. And a 4.3 KDA with that. Champs to watch, we saw most of these get banned away. I feel like surprising that Dave is actually 3-0 on the Hui. But I feel like Danila, in my opinion, is at least a signature champion, so it was cool getting to see that locked in. But Syndra, again, was denied. We might see it first picked later in the series. Key matchup is going to be support. We have the top 2 supports. All roles are the top 2, so I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm kind of delirious at this point, but it is interesting that PB has the number up on Sam S, but I feel like most of that is probably from the last couple seasons. So actually, Sam S going 2-4 into PB is a little overperforming, considering SKT's record over the last couple seasons. So maybe we'll see Sam get to shine. And for those who don't know, Sam S and Teddy used to be the bot lane for UPenn Esports, and this is a long-awaited reunion. The last time they played on the same team together as a bot lane was TSA in Season 3. They played as a mid-jungle duo in Season 4 on Kathy's Kittens. So we've been waiting for this, and I am quite excited to watch it play out. But anyway, as we get into the champ highlights, yeah, no, it's super
we've
fun.
got Jakar as a new player, and already all these games played, and we've got Season 3 used to be teammates, and just so much diversity in terms of what we're doing. We've got the first time Aurora top, and All-Star games always kind of have this extra level of fun to them where it's obviously taken very seriously, and you're playing for pride, but some wacky stuff can happen, and we don't know how much practice the teams have gotten in specifically your game plans, and so who knows how it's going to go, but should be a really fun thing to watch, and really looking forward to kind of getting in as we are, I believe, loading into the game, or they are in the game, so we've got our lovely spectator delay, but we'll get the game
we got
for you.
2 minutes 50. But looking at past performance, I guess we can see why Nilo was not Dave's highlighted champion. He's 4-2 instead of 3-0 on it, but still very impressive. Drakar actually has gotten to play the Lee Sin once before. Hero 3-3 on the Wukong is pretty impressive. Scott actually not on one of his stronger champions. We have 1-3 on the Cassante, but Gruber's 10-6 Silas is the most comfort pick here, and just in terms of games played in scrims, PB has a lot of games put down on the Alistar. Not a winning record, unfortunately, but definitely a champion that he's comfortable on. Season records, I feel like, are not irrelevant here. The player matchups, though, are very interesting. We've actually gotten to see Scott versus Nishan was just one game during the season. But Hero versus Drakar. Drakar is up 12-9, and the KDA in this matchup is ridiculous. Gruber is actually up significantly on Rat, especially in terms of stats. And then Hamaba and Dave is kind of the inverse of Sam S and PB, which we already talked about, which I think is a little interesting. Which actually means that the bot lane cumulatively against each other is 6-6, so it should be a really close matchup there in the bot lane, whereas elsewhere, I think it's going to be a little less close just in terms of performance. I think we can expect to see a strong jungle performance come out from the Red All-Stars, but the mid and top lanes do seem favored towards blue.
I could definitely see both junglers perform in this game as well. I think Lee Sin will probably be pathing down the bot side towards his Alistar, and the Wukong will probably path top to get up there with the Cassante, since the Aurora will probably be pushing and trying to get early damage off on the Cassante before it outscales completely. Aurora just becomes too tanky to deal with, so you could probably see two fed junglers this game, and it'd just be a
both these guys
really interesting jungle battle.
And they know each other, like they're on the same team, right? So kind of seeing these guys go head to head just kind of adds yet another layer of fun. You wonder how much they're going to be able to exploit from knowing each other's tendencies, playing the same position on the same team a little bit. But that remains to be seen here in just a few minutes, as I think we're probably about to start to load in now. We're just at the 3-minute mark according to the client, which we all know is wonderful and never lies to us. So
I got 17 seconds left on my end.
There it is. Cool. So getting close. Any knowledge on this top matchup, Aurora Cassante? We haven't seen this before, Dean. I know that's kind of your specialty.
Yeah, I mean, this should be something where Aurora is allowed to freeform safely. I feel like it's, as any ranged matchup into Cassante is, if he's able to hit a good Q3 and just get on top of you, it's going to be kind of sucky later on. But if played well by the Aurora, it should be a lane where she gets to free farm.
We are loading up.
But yeah.
Good stuff.
Very nice.
There we go.
We're in it. No, absolutely, man.
Oh, they like changed this. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, it's a little bit of a mess, isn't it?
I'm like so overwhelmed.
Oh yeah, there you go. And however you get rid of that.
There we go.
Yeah, they changed all the settings. That must have been this last batch too. Must have been really recent. There we go, get an early ward off in the middle bush, so there's no cheesing. I don't think you would see much cheesing with our Lulu anyways.
How did Silas blow his flash? The classic way
He
to
doesn't
start
need
any
it.
game.
It's Brewer. He's trying to make sure Rat has some type of advantage against him.
Yeah, he's throwing a handicap on himself to make it easier. Here we go.
Yeah, I think my client's just behind anyway, so I will not try to catch up to live. But all right, I'm gonna save my voice until we hit late game team fights. So y'all take this away.
We need the play-by-play, man. You should be really hyped for it when you're all sick and everything.
Where are you at? Is what you're showing on stream what the stream is seeing as well?
Yep.
You said your client's behind. Okay, I just want to make sure. So I want to get my stream there as well. But some early trading in the bot lane here. Alistair already brought pretty low. And so Plain Bagel gonna have to run away from this one as the aggression continues to come out. I don't think he'll fall down. He won't just yet. But a huge advantage right now for Hung Baba and Sam in the bottom lane against Dave and Bagel here. And some trades in the top lane. And the Cassante, as we talked about earlier, just can't lose a lane. Some damage back as well. And so just aggression from both these teams just starting out right away. They are here to play. This is not the fun is over right now. It's time for the competition to start here between these two teams.
Definitely see this top laner being allowed to do whatever he wants on Cassante, man. You got to kind of play back a little more and just poke out the Cassante and not take extended trades against him since you have. Oh yeah, then the Aurora went in grass as well, so I guess they're both trying to stack on each other. So you definitely do not need to be getting too close. You should be playing around your grass and start proccing your passive.
Both junglers are pathing towards bottom, and they are consistent right now. We do see Lee Sin actually opting to skip a couple camps here and look for something a bit early. Late the party damage coming through on a Teddy. He's trying to run away, but I think he will fall, and he will. Now the question is, can they get to Sam? And they will not. So early damage onto the side of the Red All-Stars, but it turns around from a good path and a good gang from Jakar to get that first blood for his team. Scott doing some damage up to Aurora as well, and we're gonna have to run. Still has the flash, hasn't used it yet. Will here in the end, but it doesn't matter. Scott will also flash to pick up the kill. So a solo kill in the top lane to kind of match. And now we're seeing a bit of a look here in the mid lane for Hero. We'll get down on a Rat and some damage. He flashes actually. The red buff taking away for the slow, but Rat able to just walk away from that one, and crucially is able to hang on to the flash. So flash still there for Orianna, burnt for Wukong.
Definitely not good for top side. You see Aurora dropping a death on this Cassante. Cassante just wants to play even this game. If he plays even, he wins lane. But you're giving a kill to him, you allow him to get into the late game later. A lot sooner than everybody else. It's just overall not good for him, but I mean, as long as he's farming, as long as they're both farming, I think Aurora will be fine. Just definitely doesn't need to drop any more bad trades or deaths on the Cassante.
Aurora is up a couple CS as well. It has the wave stacking though, so a little bit more of an experienced side here. We do see Lee Sin in that area. We'll see if they come top or not. Rat doing damage onto Brewer again, but Brewer trying to trade back to the best visibility. Brought a little bit below half health. Rat continuing the chase up here. Brewer tries to go back in, but can't actually find the angle and will continue to take damage. Brewer with no flash mid, by the way, from the fun that happened at level 1. So I don't think that's known by the red team, but that is sitting in his pocket. It should be back up here before next trade, hopefully, as the wave top continues to push in. Still pretty even once that wave crashes in a tower, I believe. And it's a matter of, with teams of this quality, I think a lot of these things are going to need the jungle impact, but maybe Scott disagrees as he continues to go. Brewer really low here. That last auto attack will not be enough to finish it. And Brewer going to take a reset. They do put a ping out onto Hero, so he will not be able to get the sneaky gank off, and maybe he'll soak the experienced mid. Playing Bagel with a good combination onto Teddy. Should just be able to walk to tower. Dave follows up a bit. They're actually going to trade back pretty decently on here. Bringing Plain Bagel down to half health. It didn't help him last time, but they also chunked Dave a bit, and we do see that Lee Sin's heading that direction for some cover if need be. Scott and Aurora trading again. And Aurora going to go ahead and take a back as Nishan's going to go look for his second back of the game, excuse me. And a dragon started here.
Dragon.
Yeah, no teleport from top side on Aurora. There is one from Cassante if it does get spicy. It is going to be spotted by the blue team.
I think Silas can just walk down here with full prio mid. This is kind of a mess.
No reaction either way, and I think that the Red All-Stars going to have to back away. Silas is now on the way, so Gruber is here. Can he get a stun on anybody? He does have the Orianna ult, holds it for now, misses the chains, but the blue All-Stars with that rotation will just get this dragon for free. So thank you, Red Team, for the leash, as the blue All-Stars are able to walk away without a fight. Still down in gold, but that dragon will be super helpful.
Unfortunately, mid lane is also down by almost 3 waves, I would say. Looks like about 3 waves here. It's not looking too wholesome for him. Oh, it's actually 4 waves, man.
It
Definitely needs to worry about his farming. No, it's not.
The good news is obviously the obvious of, I've got the Alistar ult later, I've got the Orianna ult later, I've got the Aurora ult later. The damage comes through on a Teddy, though. He's going to flash. It's a great ult from Dave. There's still not 6 yet. Hung Baba taking a lot of damage. Gets kicked back. Should fall, but the barrier's still keeping him alive. He's still alive, and he's walking away with barely any health. What a great counter gank from Hero to help his bottom lane escape. Looking to trade.
Oh, they're going back in. They're turning it around.
He is. They are turning it around, and I think he needs to back away. Neither mid laner looking for the rotation there. And so it'll just be a nothing burger off a great engage. But man, great use of the level advantages there from the Red All-Stars, recognizing that Yunara is not level 6, neither is Lulu, and instead Neela able to get the ult off, a good combo. But great play by Hero to stop that from happening, and it'll be a reset. Still 1-1 here as we approach the 8-minute mark. A lot of action, not a lot of kills, and something you expect when you have players of this caliber. Kings are coming out onto the Void Grubs as they spawn. We do see both junglers are top side of the map. Lee Sin in the area, actually jumping over the wall and maybe looking to start those off early. Brewer getting some vision and will take some damage here. And it just continues to be Rat poking and prodding against the melee champion of Silas here. And we don't...
Scott's going to get punished for this wave right here. I don't think he's going to be able to hold it.
Nope.
Without taking a lot of damage, but it looks like Aurora's missing a lot of his abilities. But it doesn't even matter even if he hits the E. He's just going to run him down and hold wave.
Yeah. We do have Drakkar here, so Drakkar still has not been spotted on the Void Grubs. Flashing damage coming on to Teddy, who's still not 6, by the way.
Got the stun.
Back to lane. Damage coming through. Not enough yet. Just hit 6 here. They might turn this around. They're going to. The damage on the Dave, still not enough. He's down to about a quarter health, and they're going to run away. Yunar getting 6 at a really good point. Aurora trading Scott and Nishan back in this top lane has been very volatile, but the farm is just coming out from the solo lanes of the Red Team All-Stars. It's such a better spot. Hex Flash coming in. Not going to have the angle here, I think. Fool me twice. They already did. Not going to find a third one just yet for Plain Bagel. Nishan continuing to poke onto Scott Pilgrims in the top lane. There's a good combo, though. Sam taking a lot of damage. Sam's still not 6.
And Sam's going to get caught out.
That might be a kill. It is, even with the flash. Hung Baba trying to turn it back around, but there's only so much you can do once these cooldowns reset for the Red
All-Stars. Maybe a 2v2 bot lane. Wukong's coming.
He is coming around. His ult is up. There's a fight in the top side as well. Scott trying to get on there, but Hero's going to go ahead and dash in. The ult will hit both champions. That should be a dead Neela. It is finally. Tower shot's doing some damage. Hero going to back away, happy with the 1. We do see Jakar in the area. There might be an angle there if they stick around. Sam is on the way back. Brewer just might die here.
Oh, the shockwave. And he will die.
Oh, no. Brewer down to the solo kill. I think he thought he was gone and was trying to make something happen on his own. And in reality, I think he might have been able to get away. Maybe not. But Rat gets the solo kill in the mid lane, which is huge, crashing another wave into the tower. Almost a 30 CS lead for Orianna over the Silas. And a not as big, but similar lead up in the top lane, too. About 15 up. But we do see Cassante catching the wave, so Scott hopefully able to catch back up a bit here. The only lane not quote-unquote winning via farm is the bottom lane here for the Red All-Stars. But they do
about even, too. Even though they're down a kill on the blue side, they're still up by 5 CS, the whole entire wave.
Jungler staying even, though. I'm 1 away from each other. That's just a ward, really. So Not too much difference there. Both seem to get some effective ganks off in the bottom lane. Another fight happening. Dave just actually going to go ahead and 1v1 here. Lulu not in the area. Sam is running to try to help, and Hong will just be able to get away. Forced to use the ultimate. Trades back a tiny bit, but Sam was up in mid lane getting vision. So good awareness by Dave to see that and just try to make something happen and chunk the Yunara a bit. Push this wave, but nothing there. We do see Brewer on the way towards the bottom lane. Got a good timer, but it is being pinged out.
Drag's coming up in 10 seconds. We're zoning them off, getting vision over the tri-bush.
Yeah, they don't know he's there, but there's just not an angle right now.
Here comes Jakar right behind.
Yep, it looks like it might be a party in the bottom lane. 4v4, Teddy did have to leave, and he is coming from the well right now. They're going to start the dragon, but speaking of starting things, Scott onto Nishan in the top lane. Lots of damage coming through, about 20% health for Aurora. Is going to get bounced back forward. It's flash throw, but Scott's on the same timer. It's not dead yet. The damage comes through. I think Scott's just going to fall, and does, so Nishan gets away just barely, but well played. A dragon picked up for the Red All-Stars at the same time. Gruer just trying to make something happen here. Jakar is following his teammate in mid laner, and Gruer just gets taken down after trying to make a sneaky play there, and will fall just as quickly. 5 kills now for the Red All-Stars to 2 for the blue, and the gold lead is about 3,000 gold after that solo kill up top and that pick in the mid lane on the Gruer and the dragon. So things starting to click a bit better for the red side so far.
Got a Chemtech soul this game as well. Gonna be looking into a lot of healing this game.
We'll have to see if any adaptions come out for the teams to buy heal cut or how that goes. Hero able to soak some experience here in the mid lane, which is great, but forced to recall as well as Rats just enforcing their will in the mid lane a bit. We're still looking for another angle. Doesn't have it. Has the Lee Sin ultimate. And speaking of Lee Sin, he is coming mid, but he will get spotted by that control ward. Jakar will go ahead and finish that off, clear that vision, and look for a reset potentially. Teddy in the bottom lane alone. Lulu in the area getting some vision. But we've seen these junglers spend a lot of time everywhere. I don't think any lane can be comfortable, except maybe top lane. We haven't seen them up top too much. But as I say, that Jakar is in the vicinity and would not be spotted by Scott if he ran up that way, but opts to go for a recall here instead. We do see Heroes up there as well, so Hero might even look for something of his own with the way that Nishan is pushing, but Nishan might back away here as well.
Yeah, something to note is that I feel like the scaling favors blue in terms of draft. And as we say, this Hero is going for the play, drops the ultimate down. Nishan does not have the ult for Aurora. Hero
there we go. You got
opting not to flash here, and I think that is going to mean that Nishan gets to survive, but that still is going to help out Scott with the lane pressure. But I feel like if blue team's comp is able to make it to the late game without falling too far behind in gold, I think they should be okay. Obviously, counterpick was available for Red All-Stars for top, and we did see that the champ matchup for Silas and Aurora was Orianna favored. I misspoke. But I feel like you pick it for the Alistar, not necessarily for lane. But as we said, that Rat is showing a bot.
We're about to fight here.
Wow, look at the damage on to Teddy. He goes down right away. Now Sam is in a bad spot too, as they've got 4 members down here. They might continue this on a Gruer. Objective bounties are coming up. Damage comes through on a Gruer. There is no kick available to kick him backwards just yet. The mid lane trying to follow up as well, and Gruer falls too. All 3 now. Hero caught in the middle of no man's land. Playing Bagel and Dave are on him. He's trying to get back to the tower. The clone. The stun does come off onto the Wukong. He's still running away. Plain Bagel pops the ultimate to try to tank this as much as he can. He's still on the tower. Dave will get the kill, and Plain Bagel will get out as well. And so it's just an absolute massacre down here on the bottom side of the map for the Red All-Stars. They pick up 4 kills. They might get the first tower here as well. And it might just get run back here. Hanbaba's on the way.
Yeah, they might keep fighting here. Yeah, they got items though, so they may win this.
Oh, they're trying to figure out what to do. I think the play has got to be to back up. Dave's going to try to greed for this tower a bit. He needs 1 or 2 more hits on it, but if he does, he dies. He might just die anyway. He is running. We do see Alistar and Lee are on their way to help. The heal comes through. Hanbaba gets knocked back. It's knocked up. The stun isn't there yet.
Flash.
He dies. Jakar's going in, and Dave backed off at the wrong time. He might be able to just W to safety here. The damage still continues to come through. Trying to wait for the cooldown. Dave goes back in now, and the damage isn't enough, and Jakar goes in. Such a disjointed fight for the red side.
Yeah, what a dangerous play to pursue fighting the Yunara. She did have both summoner spells up, just got back on a full item, and the health bars were low, and Red All-Stars just paying the price there. Really well played from Teddy and Sam.
Price we pay for turrets.
Yeah.
Such greed.
Just got it. Here looking mid onto Orianna. Damage comes through. Ultimate is now available for Gru on the side.
Stole the shockwave and completely missed it.
But Rat didn't miss
but
his and
it's his
picks
own
up one.
shockwave.
And flashes the mastery. Why not walk away? 18 mastery on the Orianna. Sam is here to kind of cover his plain bagel, look for something but couldn't find it there. But absolute chaos. A bit of an overstay from the red side. Blue side makes him pay for it. And I got a feeling we're going to have continued play like this where it's just going to be an absolute mess constantly for the next however many minutes until this game is over. We're going to see it again soon, though. Dragon spawning in 15 seconds here.
I don't believe these teams have played with each other either. So
Well,
it's just going to be a
you saw
mess
that
overall.
miscommunication and destroying it in the bottom lane, right? Like all three of those players on different teams, not no communication, right? Because we're not hearing those comms, but it was just so disjointed. And who was going, when are we leaving everything staying? A good play on the mid. Hung Baba is going to dash forward, though. Can usually get away with stuff like that. Not in this one. He will fall. Pings on a dragon as it is just spawned. Dave is getting some solo XP and farm in the bottom lane. I'm sure he'll rotate there as well. And the objective bounties are almost back available after being lost a moment ago. And this looks like it'll be the second dragon of the game for the red team.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to look mid lane at this point, though, because Orianna has 2 full items and Brewer is yet to get his first. Everywhere else, it seems somewhat even, but I think the majority of the lead that we are seeing is coming from that mid lane. Brewer did have the counter pick and just not getting the results you want to see with that.
So it looks like they're going to be trading. They're going to be taking Rift Herald as a trade-off, which is a good idea since you're already behind. You're either going to be playing for picks and trading objectives.
Yeah, Rift Herald has that ability to, you win that one fight and you can drop it. If you can get 2 charges off or a third even, the amount of gold that you can make up for with that can be insane. If all things go right, if the right person takes it. So it did end up on Wukong, if I'm not mistaken, and it is incorrect. So,
oh, and here we go.
And they might make it happen here as they're onto Aurora. Is
but
able
a
to
good
crash
W.
away. Oh, no.
But he's gone.
Barely clicks. The second one hits.
Oh, he is not.
Sam's through for the movement speed. He's not. The damage comes through. Redemption to save him for a bit. Scott's still looking for this. Sam tanked it as long as they could. Scott forced to walk away, but he's walking away right into Drakkar and to Plain Bagel, who put some damage back on him. But they aren't the main damage dealers. Orianna's bot and can't get here. Dave is starting to run up from mid now. Scott's going to get kicked back and do so much damage. They're all so low on the side of the Blue All-Stars, but nobody has died yet. They're all alive and they're leaving. Plain Bagel goes back in. So
here comes
Drakkar. They're both
Nyla.
going to die quickly, but Nyla's here. Damage at full health right now for Nyla. The ult misses, but it doesn't matter, as it's a 2-for-1 and the red team picks up those ones. And what a nutty fight. A quicker rotation from Dave, I think, would have been a 4-person kill, but he pushed out mid a bit and got there a little bit later than he'd like to have. But what a mess. You're just waiting for one domino to fall from either side, and it took so long. Rat continues to shove in bottom and picks up more farm for himself. And Brewer trying to match, but it's a tough thing to match that Orianna right now as a Silas.
How about that Lee Sin kick?
Oh,
It almost turned the fight completely around.
Nobody saw the
Knocked
Rat
3
go back
people
there.
up and damaged everybody to below half.
That's one of those fights where when you have a jinx on your team, you're like, please just someone die so I can start to do the thing. I like it. Both teams were just so low. It was a great Lee Sin ultimate, and just waiting for, again, that domino to fall, and it didn't until Dave got there. So all that chaos, really just a 2-for-1. I feel like both teams, given the situation, can walk away okay with that, because it could have gone way worse either direction. Otacon does spawn down here, and we do see the entire red All-Stars down this way. If you count Nishan and mid on Aurora is down this way. They're just looking for some vision to see if they can find a pick. Blue team's All-Stars are really spread out. Nobody near anybody except for the Lulu and the Wukong, which is a great combo, don't get me wrong. But we do see Yunar too far away, and Brewer pushed out and really far in the bottom lane here. If Plain Bagel can get around, they might just collapse on this. And speaking of collapsing, we're looking at the same thing in the top lane. As Nishan and Scott go 1v1 yet again. Plain Bagel, that's a great ultimate, pulls in 3 of them. And the damage is going to come through, and 2 people are gone already. The jungler is gone. excuse me, just the one person gone, but Sam is just caught out a tiny bit by the big cow who's walking and doing his own thing. Teddy comes down to rotate. It's an entire team here now for the Red All-Stars, so they pick up a second one. They're looking for more, but I think they're going to back off and go to Otacon. Rat trying to find some damage on Agru, but Agru are going to walk away to safety. And so I think at this point in time, it's just get the buffs, go towards Otacon. The question is, do they start it up now, or do they reset first? And I think they're starting it a little bit later than I would have liked them to if they are going to start it, but you wonder if it's not even that big of a deal. Wukong just spawning now is going to have to run from base, and it looks like they're heading towards mid. I wonder if it's a concede Otacon angle. They do see Orion in the bottom lane, so they might not even know that they're doing it, but they did spot them walking over the ward in the tri-bush, but they might just be too far behind, as this is going to be a free Otacon for the Red Team All-Stars, pushing their gold lead just a bit more, up almost 7,000 gold here, and all those experience points help. They dropped the Rift Herald in the mid lane. Red has not backed yet, and they are going to run to this fight. This probably is a good chance for Blue, one of the last ones that they might have, but Hero is just so far overextended with the rest of the team not on the same page, and just drops, trying to make something happen with the Otacon. Teddy up in the top lane, trying to get that top tower for the bounty. Won't get it yet, maybe on the next wave, but we do see Nishan heading that way. And Red Team looks like they're going to get that back. They've been waiting for a lot of gold in the inventory, and that's going to turn into some damage and some ability power and some tankiness soon.
When you have two different waves pushing your turret, it becomes almost impossible to go contest that Otacon. Blue side just wants to get those pushed out, and unfortunately, they agreed for the turret. And they don't even get it in the first place. They end up just giving off kills and just getting even further behind in this game.
We're also, as you can tell by Sam's body language in the game, like we're also now at the point in the game where you can't go into your jungle by yourself or it's a death sentence. Playing Baker with lots of great vision down here. It is lit up in the bottom side of the map, and that's after Sam cleared 3 wards. Guru doing his part and helping out to clear some control wards as well. But you can't even walk into this jungle. They're on the dragon, and you've just got the Alistar just zoning off completely. Anybody that even tries or even thinks about it, they just can't even get around. Teddy's coming to help a bit, but Dragon's gone already.
Fortunately, you can't get anything on that either because Lee Sin already cleared his Raptors and Aurora's on the Krugs, so you can't trade off anything, so you're just giving it away for free, unfortunately. Well played by the jungler on red side.
Yeah, the good news is we did see early on in the game that Hero picked up that first dragon, and so that's kind of bought them some more time. That would have been sold normally, but it wasn't. But
but your karma get caught here, but the whole team is there.
He knows he's actually going to continue to go deeper. There's a teleport coming in. It's going to be a big fight. Kasante going away into the back line. Hero's going too deep. The rest of the team can't follow up. Plain Bagel able to tank 3 people on the Alistar, and Brewer is going to take a lot of damage. He's not down yet, but he will be soon. He is. Hangbaba trying to kite it out, but he's cutting into an Alistar, and Drakar's just going on his own into the back line. Scott, the last member of the team left alive by the tower, and Scott able to escape, but this tower will not be able to escape as the damage will come through the minions. Or here the Void Grips are helping. That one's gone. Will they go for a second and an inhibitor? It looks like they will, but man, that Alistar just not taking any damage right now, so far behind the other side of the blue team. And even with Teddy, who is arguably the most fed person on the team with the 4 kills, the most farm on the team, just trying to kite to the best of their ability, just still not able to get to the Alistar. It is looking awfully grim for the blue team's all-stars in this first game of the series.
Overtuned Alistar's ult is. We're getting Nars trying to kite him out and does negative damage to him. He's losing health on Yunara while trying to fight that guy.
Well, the tricky thing here, though, is Plain Bagel, after we hyping him up, is a little bit not caught in the jungle because he is Alistar, but he's here alone. The rest of his team hasn't even crossed into the river yet, and he's here just so confident with 4 members around him that he knows of, and so just able to kind of walk away. I mean, you think Mundo can do what he pleases, so can this Alistar. Clearing out vision. I think the play might just be to go right for Baron once it spawns. They do know the Gruber's bottom lane. The TP is down for Silas. The question is, do they know that? But they are starting Baron. Drakar will be able to turn it off pretty easily. And I don't think the rest of the blue team All-Stars is even going to try to counter this. They're just going to go for the objective in the mid lane, maybe get that bounty.
Oh, but they're turning away.
They don't want them to have any towers this game. Tricky smite from Jakar doesn't get it there. They're just able to chase, though, and keep them off the tower. No, the minions do end up taking it in the end, but the blue team is just running for their life right now. and Plain Bagel doesn't want to let them escape with it.
PB's just going to their jungle hunting for prey.
Jakar is looking for some
another
more
victim.
on the side, yeah, but now they're just going to get this inhibitor for free. They're walking through the bottom lane. Don't think they can test this one. Don't think that they can, really. But it hasn't gone down yet, but it will surely? No? Okay, that's unfair. It does go down. Gruber has the Alistair ult.
Looks like he's going to try to go for something here.
Damage. Yeah, I fear, can you do enough damage? I know you can survive that long, but can you do enough damage? They have caught Jakar a bit on the side. Plain Bagel will be in the front. They're putting a lot of damage on him, but it is a tank Alistair. Hero looks for something, will flash forward as well and put some damage onto Dave, who stays alive. He ults. Cassante pulls him over the wall, though. Hero's already down. Gruber's quick to follow, but they did pick up the Alistair. Can Teddy continue to kite this out? He's doing really well and staying alive, but he's forced to flash away. Sam just falls now. Teddy, the last member left alive. And I wonder if the red team just pushes for the win here, or if they play this somewhat conservatively, as the spawn timers are very long, 25 seconds on Hero. Don't think that you can fight this 4v1, though I'm sure Teddy will do his best. First tower falls, second tower quickly thereafter. They're going to look for a kill in the well, maybe. Barrier comes through. Rat takes some damage, doesn't want to die. You're 707, don't do it, Rat.
Save the KDA. Unfortunately, I don't think this is a G2 ending. I don't think they're going to be throwing this one.
I don't think so. The Nexus does fall. Jakar with the last hit. And a 27-minute victory for the Red Team All-Stars. Some great KDAs from everybody on the team. And just, I don't want to say total domination, right? But a great start to the series if you are the Red Team here as they pick up.
Pretty lopsided.
Yeah. 13,000 gold difference. The majority of the objectives, obviously, they traded the Rift Herald for that third or second dragon. They did the Void Grub. Like, this, just everything seemed, Otacon, everything just flowed really nicely for the Red Team All-Stars. And so now we have to wonder what happens in game 2. Are there different bans? Do we switch sides? You know, all that good stuff. And it becomes tricky because, again, you know, these teams don't know each other so much in terms of playing together a whole bunch. And so there's a whole other level to this that's just different than when it's the team that you're comfortable playing with. You kind of know how each other work and how you reset and how you move forward. And now you've got a whole bunch of different personalities you're just not used to. I hate to do this to my boy, but the Silas damage was just very challenging. Least damage in the game behind the Lulu, and that just points to Rat's domination in the mid lane in general, but especially on Oriana, even with other bans being thrown that direction. And so I was very excited for the Gruber Silas as we've seen it, and I've been a front seat witness to its perfection many times, but wasn't the angle here, unfortunately. The bright spot, you do have Teddy, who did the most damage in the game on the Yunara, even though the team did lose. So some bright spots here to take from and go forward with in game 2. Scott did great in the top lane. Hero had a couple angles and a couple ults, but it did feel like some certain things didn't click well. And so this is definitely an angle where you can kind of make a minor tweak or two and then get back into it and pull the series back to a 1-1 and look for a game 3. But if you're on the side of the red team, you just got to be happy with how game 1 went. We are in the picks and bans, as you guys can see on your screen, and the Jinx is the first ban. The sides have not changed according to the scenes. Or the sides have changed according to the scenes. So we do have the red team going to the blue side and the blue team going to the red side. And I promise you, I will mess that up at least 3 times in the team fights.
Yeah, and we're going into this game 2, and it's fearless. And we have 10 champions out of the game. We could definitely see some even cooler picks. You could definitely see Shaku at top coming in from Scott. I know he probably doesn't want to do it, but I think it'd be fun. I know he's been practicing a bunch. Definitely pull a lot of pressure and have a lot of good zoning on fights.
They've got the counter pick there too, right? And so if there is an angle for it, they could hold on to that for the top lane. That obviously remains to be seen. The ban's coming through is identical to game 1, if I'm not mistaken. So nothing crazy.
Oh, they're blinding Ezreal.
Now, Dave is the biggest Ezreal fan that I know, unfortunately for Dave. But Ezreal does get picked up here. I remember talking to him earlier in the season, and he told me that his team let him play Ezreal and he could have fun. And then I think I watched him lose. But
I think we
he is a big Ezreal fan.
I think we can see Vi here. Oh, Vayne may not be the pick. Blinding Vayne may not be into their team, their entire team.
Well, now
Because
that
now they can just
turns
play a ranged
into-
comp. You can just play Karma and just
You
completely
could play a
peel
range
them off.
comp. You could play a dive comp. I wonder if this will turn into a dive the carry versus a protect the carry type.
We could see it. We could see a Vi pick for hero here. So you lock down the ADC.
You wonder if it turns into a support or a jungler. Generally, traditionally, the ones picked here, but nothing coming through yet. Do we have the classic? No, there's a
Trundle.
Trundle coming through. Okay, so Trundle able to be flexed. I imagine more jungle. We've seen it a bit in Worlds, haven't seen it anywhere else in Worlds, but it could go top lane as well. If you really wanted to get freaky, you could bring it support, especially with a Vayne. I'm not advocating for that by any means, but some flexibility there with a Trundle pick. And so the response from the blue side in Drakkar section will be answered here in 5 seconds or so. Graves hovered right now. Some buffs on Graves recently. Haven't been able to play it a whole bunch myself, but some buffs to that champion, which were much needed for the E, get some extra magic resist in there. And so it is going to be picked. That should be fun to watch Drakkar function on a champion that you don't typically see or haven't seen so much of recently in this game. And 10 more seconds until the third champion is locked in from the blue side. And it will be a Karma, as you accurately predicted. $5 into your Venmo. Dean will get on that right away. The last pick coming through here.
Probably see a support pick coming out. You probably see like a hook champion engage. That's exactly what you want into Karma if you're going to be playing this Vayne comp.
Now, I know that Brewer often doesn't mind picking here and then maybe kind of cover banning himself if he wants to blind pick. But I also wonder if they're going to save that for the fifth pick overall. We'll see. But just a couple seconds left until we get something, because otherwise it tends to be more Brewer bans in the second phase.
Oh, we're getting a Nami.
Nami.
That is not a hook champion.
That is not a hook champion. It is similar. It's like a second cousin.
It's not completely horrible. You have good peel, but I don't know. I think you get some good enhanced autos on the Vayne, and you can play around these pillars and just condemn people into them. But that's there's such error in that. Like Ezreal can just buffer it and just hop away from any wall that he wants to go to.
It does leave some flexibility, which is a really nice piece of the Nami, right? You can turn this into a we're going to run at you. You can turn this into a let's kite it back. You can turn it into a pick. So I like that coming in here to kind of see what happens next. I think that the fourth pick for the red side will be very telling in terms of what the blue all-stars will kind of how they're going to need to shape their comp up. Some bans that come through, Ari and Akali both going after Rat. We see Amundo going after Scott. A couple more seconds left until we see what the last ban is, and then we see what either will be the top or mid or potentially jungle for the blue all-stars here on the red side of the map. It is LeBlanc, so very scared of Brewer as any national team would be. And now the clock begins to tick in terms of how are we going to play this game? What is our game plan?
You can either
need to make a decision here.
You can opt for frontline here definitely if you want to just blind top here and just play something that's tankier and just tries to play even. I don't know if Orange banned at all. You could definitely lock that in if you want to. We got a Morgana mid.
We do have a Morgana mid. Dare I be that guy who talks about how you can flex things in champion select, but here we are.
It could be Morgana jungle and they're last picking it. Last picking mid.
Anything.
Oh, and here it comes the Yasuo.
The Yasuo flex for Rat.
I don't know if he goes for it because Morgana could just play safe till 6, and the second he hits 6, he can just press R, and you can't win while that. And there goes the
no, switches to Mel here at the last moment. And so
you definitely need a kiting champion top lane. Something that can kite and be tanky.
We saw an Ornn ban in game 1 against Scott, because as you mentioned, that's how he climbed to Diamond. Not here in game 2. They went with Mundo instead. So it could be an Ornn angle, potentially.
Kill lock Malphite. There's no Silas anymore.
Incredibly strong right now. couple more
Oh,
seconds left.
Yorick.
Comes out in top lane for Nishan. Nishan, very flashy with different things that he's done in the tournament. And Teemo.
Oh, they're hovering the Teemo again. I don't know if they do it.
I don't think so. I think it's
I
just.
think you need more front line. You need more engage.
Terrible, but that makes so much more sense.
No way we see the Scotty Aurelia. That wouldn't be horrible here either. Oh, the Cinch. That's a Scott pick right there.
However, the Yasuo, I think I'm just going to wait until it locks. A Gangplank coming in.
Yeah, there it is.
Pilgrims. Some advantages potentially from the side of the Gangplank getting picked. Dave is a very good Gangplank player, and so maybe able to feed some information to Nishan about how to play into or against that team. But that should kind of round out the composition. It is going to be a Morgana mid, a Trundle jungle, I imagine, and a Gangplank top, unless things are getting way spicier than they have any means to be. But I think the core and the focus of the comp for the blue team All-Stars, which is again on the red side, will be how does it play with the Vayne? How does it play with the Nami? The Morgana Q into the Nami Q with the bubble and the snare should be very impactful in this game. But can it get returned? Can it get reflected by Mel and the Gangplank damages you're about to bring up?
Yeah, as long as Gangplank just stays away from York and dodges Qs, I think he'll be completely fine and stay away from the cages. He's gonna have more map pressure, plus he can match the York, so it's not a horrible pick. Plus you can be near your team with your ultimate. You can play for objectives and still not have to leave your lane.
Well, I think the bottom lane is going to be definitely the lane to watch here. Morgana has the ability to kind of just make mid lane as boring and frustrating for the other team as possible with just a consistent wave clear. It does get a little bit interesting and spicy with the Mel because Mel has the ability to reflect things, and so. But then you can black shield that at the same time, I guess, right? So it could turn into a Uno reverse more than once in the mid lane in terms of how things go. Top lane should be your typical top lane island, see you guys later. And so bot lane's going to be the most exciting lane of the three, but I think we're going to have to see how the junglers function here.
I think you're going to see two junglers be pathing bot lane this game once again. Because, I mean, in reality, what are you going to do against Gangplank and York? They're just going to walk away from the lane and get a nice slow off on the jungler. I mean, you can definitely opt to gank it, but if you're Drakkar, you're not going towards top because you have 0 CC up there. You're going to have nothing to deal with Scott. But if you're Trundle, you can probably go either way. But I think if you want to actually play this game, you need to get this Vayne ahead because this Vayne is not playing against any melees. So its value definitely goes down a lot. Get Vayne ahead. This game may be over. You may be seeing a 1-1 and going to game 3.
Yeah, and as we saw in the last game, Teddy performing very well even when the game is against him. And I think that the rest of the team for the blue team All-Stars has kind of reacted to that. I personally am a fan of the Trundle in a protect or peel team comp. Maybe not as many tanks as you would like on the other side to kind of use the ultimate effectively, but some good engage with a pillar in the right direction, some good disengage with a pillar in the right direction. Morgana is the epitome of if you run into us, you're in trouble. Gangplank also has a great ability to kind of poke, get some pick. The global ultimate can come in handy if he's not there. Things get a little bit wild. So I like the team composition coming out for the blue team All-Stars. Whereas I think the red team All-Stars, who are again on blue side, kind of having a little bit more fun with their draft. You don't typically see a York. You don't typically see a Graves. This is the first time that we've seen Rat. I think, or one of the first times we've seen Rat on Mel. Ezreal, not necessarily the best ADC in the world, but still picked in for Dave. Like the Karma pick a lot. I think that poke will be very, very instrumental in doing the damage there. I think the supports will kind of try to have to run the lane a little bit through each other with the poke and the heal, and the shields and the poke and the sustain and all that stuff. So I think both these supports are going to be very active this game.
Absolutely.
They were last game, so.
If I'm PB, I'm holding my ult until Vayne decides to go for an engage. Vayne or Nami decides to walk up, and you try to abuse them as much as you can and poke them out of lane because you have the poke advantage in lane. If you can poke them off, they could just be completely abused and thrown out of lane, and you just completely win. It's definitely blue side favored in the bot lane, but if you have your jungler coming bot on Trundle and you're landing pillars and condemning them, laying that CC, and also bubbles coming out. I mean, it's definitely going to be very hard for blue side to answer to a Fed Vayne.
The other thing too is we saw Jakar take I don't want to say an interesting or weird or different path, right? But we saw him kind of skip 2 camps just to get that early gank on there in the bottom lane. And so whether or not Jakar does that again will be something that's to be seen of, obviously. But just that threat or that fear that it could happen again might make Teddy and Sam play back a bit more than they'd like to if they see an angle, which could allow the Ezreal and Karma from Dave and PB to kind of push an advantage. But then do we see a reaction to that from Hero? Does Hero try to come earlier than they did last time? Or, instead of pathing doing a full clear, do we see a one-sided clear, then you go bottom? But then how does Ricard react to that?
Get
right?
there earlier than Trundle.
Yeah. I mean, if you put that pillar in a good spot before there's vision and Vayne can condemn into that, that could be incredibly petrifying at an early level 2, or something along those lines, especially if Ezreal, at a level 2, Ezreal should be pointing a point into E. But what if they're trying to push something early, right? So that's the fun of the jungle, right? To how do you figure this out and make the best decision that's going to help your team as best as possible. We are in spectator delay still, about 2.5 minutes until that's done. There was a little bit of a delay getting that going, but we will be in the game pretty shortly. Possibility for a 3-game series here between these two teams. I imagine that's what the blue team All-Stars is rooting for. I imagine the red team All-Stars looking to have some fun on some champions and just make it a quick 2-0. But we do have a lot of players playing in this series that are playing in the finals too, which is coming up. Dean, correct me if I'm wrong, that has not been announced the timing of that yet.
No, unfortunately. There's some delays in getting that figured out. But yeah, something I do want to note here is that I feel like Scott Pilgrim's Gangplank does have some kind of mystique behind it, I guess. He's only played it twice in the server already. He's done great in lane, has not been able to convert it to a win. The only other time Gangplank versus Yorick has been played in the server, I will say there was a huge disparity in the skills between the players in that lane. So grain of salt, but Yorick went 0-4-0, so no kills or assists, and the Gangplank had no deaths. So if this matchup is as one-sided as we saw it previously, this does bode well for Blue All-Stars. Try to make a comeback here, as well as like the Giga comfort of Hong Baba on the Vayne. The rest, though, I definitely not the most comfortable champions for these players, so kind of interesting looking at that, but Yorick and Graves are actually winless this season entirely, so the top jungle champions would get their first wins this entire season if Red All-Stars is able to 2-0. So I think just looking on the bright side, it looks like we might end up getting a Game 3. However, I think the hard stop is if Game 3 doesn't start by 10:30, we might not be able to play it. So hope for a quick game that is a win from Blue All-Stars, or it's a banger.
That would be fun. That would be fun to see
for sure.
One of those like 45-minute, one misstep type games. So we want to be here for either the very quick game or the long haul. 15 seconds left, by the way, on spectator delay.
So if this is the last game, we might as well get a banger.
Yeah, I also feel like you can just berate Scott for needing to leave if it's like 10:35. So surely,
good news that
we can
Dean
badger
here,
someone.
who I'm sure would be who really should have been the top All-Star, right?
So true.
You could almost put Blake in.
No, I was going to say if Blake's available, I think we should do that, but we'll see.
Well, we do have
anyway,
game 2
we
in
should be
front
loading
of us.
into game.
We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Yeah, we are loading in.
Here we go.
Where it will get really fun is if it does turn into a Game 3, and then we have, obviously, each team banning 5 champions, 20 others gone. And so we've already got some pocket picks coming out here for the red team, which is on the blue side. I'm going to mess it up. I just know I am, so I know I keep repeating myself with that, but we'll see how it goes. But it will be really interesting to see how it goes if there is a Game 3. But before we begin talking about that, let's focus on our Game 2 here. Both teams looking to side 5 points, not side point, looking at 5 point, maybe a little early. We do see Hung Baba and Sam here, maybe looking for a bubble or something like that for the most part. Just some vision To my understanding, that is a famous PB ward in the bottom lane. So got his little ward, Teddy, looking to get some vision as well, just some damage on a Dave. In the jungle, Dave gonna recall after taking that damage. Teddy looking to make some more damage on the rat here. It's a mind game, right? Just running at people.
Absolutely, getting chip damage off, making the lanes harder, make you think twice about walking up for CS. Don't know if the enemy laner's going to trade on you, make it a lot more difficult to play. I noticed that was an issue last game, but luckily Gru's playing something that trades a little more, a little easier.
Yeah, and it's just the ability to just be able to peel or engage or pick. I really like the Morgana pick coming in here, and I hope that we see some more success on it than we saw in the mid lane early on. But Gru's got, you know, the one game on it this season with an 8.0 or so, 8.3 KDA or something crazy, and so would not be shocked to see just as incredible of a performance again here in the mid lane. Never seen the guy have 2 bad games in a row. I don't think that's going to start today, as the game is officially underway with the minions and all that type of stuff. And some damage again. Heavy trading in the bottom lane. PB and Dave looking for some early damage there. We do see an invade here, a little bit different. So Hero has gone into the bottom side jungle of Jakar. Jakar does not know he's doing Dueling Gromp. So the
But a feeling a Raptor Thief would happen, would occur.
Yeah.
I mean, if Hero can split the sides to vertical farm and blue bottom side of the map, you're just gonna win the game. It's gonna be a lot harder. You can see Trundle come out and gank here.
That's what I'm wondering what happens next, right? So the thing is, he's just finishing Krugs. He's going to run into lane now. Jakar's seeing that they're gone, and so he should be pinging it, but it's going to be too late. Go. Here he comes to the bottom lane. Dave and Plain Bagel are pushed up to do the damage. The pillar does come down.
Is he going to get that condemned? He didn't have it up.
He's going to flash forward, looking for the first kill. He's probably going to die here. Barrier comes
and here
through.
Comes Graves.
Oh, Jakar's here, though. He picks up first blood with a great counter gank right before Dave falls. Trundle now in trouble. Jakar still trying to get some more damage. Needs to reload, but doesn't have it there. And so it is going to be a 1-for-1. Gru able to walk away from this. The reflect of the binding
there you go.
back. And so both mid laners trading just a bit. And now we see Jakar looking for the counter invade into the bottom side jungle here. Look how far pushed up Plain Bagel is right now, just to kind of have his junglers back all the way up there with him at the Gromp. Trundle's still running back from the base. And so Hung Baba and Sam are actually just going to look for some damage on a Plain Bagel and Jakar. They deny the Gromp from going anywhere. Hung Baba just...
but he's just taking so much damage.
Well, Trundle's here now, so that should be enough. But he's still going in, and Dave's here. He dies before Trundle gets there. Every jungler's worst nightmare as they're pathing that way. And Plain Bagel is going to continue to harass. Is it too far, though? Jakar's backed off the scuttle. Plain Bagel will flash away and will die if he continues to fight, but is able to get away. No flash on the side of Hero after having to burn it in that earlier skirmish. But Hero able to defend his jungle. So he does have that jungle advantage in terms of him taking the bottom side, but the farm is still there right now for Jakar. So he will get double scuttle. It doesn't matter as much as it used to in the old days, fortunately. But I wonder if we see Jakar try to counter invade this a bit and go to the top side, knowing that Trundle's down there, and it looks like he's heading that way. But we see Bartholomew and Scott Pilgrim's trading back and forth. Bartholomew forced to flash away as Nishan gets away just barely. The Ghoul's chasing Scott. That was a little closer than you'd like it to be. And we do see Jakar on the red buff of Hero. Hero will be getting there and probably take a pit stop at the Raptors. Great ward to kind of recognize when he's coming in. Jakar takes the red buff and is actually going to look for the Krugs here, or maybe a guy.
By Jakar.
Scott.
And here we go.
The tower really well. He is seen. No reaction yet from Hero. Bartholomew tanking the tower. Actually, no, Jakar does, and is able to just walk away. So they pick up the kill. They get the feat of warfare, and the red team off to the red all-stars off to a great start on the blue side. This one 3-1 early in this one.
And that's 3 Dark Harvest stacks for Graves now. This guy's going to be scaling out of control. And there we go.
On to Teddy.
And the condemn.
Into the wall. He still falls. Plain Bagel picks up the kill. But the Vayne does get the kill on the Ezreal. Actually, we are going to see a recall here. These invades continue to happen now. So Great awareness from Hero to recognize, hey, Drakar's in my topside jungle. His must be open, so they go in there and force a bit of a fight. But I think the jungles will reset, so and not have a vertical jungle this game, which to your point earlier on would have been absolutely incredible for the red side if it was, because they could have just had the focus in the bottom lane, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Trying to bait out the reflect.
We're going to get a pillar out. You may force flash there, guys.
Yeah.
But he's going to walk right into a trap, and he's 4v1.
Everybody is here. Brewer misses the binding.
+4 on the Dark Harvest stacks.
Oh no, and a Hero.
And +5.
Oh, flash away, gets away. It is getting awfully scary here.
This Graves is going to snowball out of control. If you're red side, you're thinking about, okay, what's on the other side of the map? What can I trade away from the Graves? Because you're not going to be able to 1v1 him on Trundle now, because he already has his components towards Ghostblade. Once he gets that Ghostblade, he's going to be kiting you out, and if you're playing against that Graves and he's stacking Grit on you, just good luck. No, you're going to be, and he's hitting point blank on you, yeah, good luck.
Well, we did see the Hero went into the jungle looking for something, so they're trying to keep up those trades, and it didn't work the way that he needed it to, and so that kill, not good. Maiden does join the party here in the top lane, turns the 1v1 island into a 2v1 with the kitty cat Maiden just sucking away on these minions, trying to get on this tower. As Scott pushed under tower, the ghouls hit again, and Nishan playing the York really well. Bright side for that.
Get a nice poke. PB needs to get away from that wall, but it doesn't even matter. They poke him off.
The damage that's coming out just feels so strong from Ezreal and Karma right now, as it should. We haven't been able to see kind of a reaction. We knew that these supports were going to be really active in this lane, and it feels like PB, famously has been said many times, is the best support in the server.
Oh, there's no flash.
There is no flash.
There it is.
Flash came out too early. The binding comes through.
Oh, nice save, but he's dead.
Will be huge. That is a big, big morale boost at a minimum for Hero, for Brewer in the mid lane, and for the rest of the red team here, the blue team on the red side. And they will continue to push their way here in the bottom lane, knowing that the mid lane is the active place for red team right now. So Dave and Plain Bagel continue to look. Hong Baba continues to just position in front.
We're looking at a dive top lane?
Another one. We do see
but here comes the troll
on the way. Uh-oh, this could get spicy. Brewer's on the way. It's a really far distance. He already used the pillar, though, and already gone is the gangplank. So Hero can't.
Oh, why aren't you fighting? Fight.
He goes back in. Brewer's coming around the corner. The binding will hit. That's a huge shutdown for Brewer. But the question is, will he be able to survive the York? We did see the ult come out through mid lane. It's still not back up yet. And it's a triple kill for Yorick. That is not fun.
Almost like Trundle was scared to go in once he ulted. He was healing a bunch and taking stats from York, so I'm just really surprised he wasn't fighting back, because I think he just 1v2'd, because you get Triumph proc off of one kill on Graves, and then you just turn and kill the York.
And Brewer came right away.
Just made it much harder. Yeah.
Him, and I just think there was some miscommunication or some fear, right? That when you're getting banned out and when you've already played a champion, it gets taken away from you. It gets a little bit scarier if you're on someone that you're not as comfortable on. And maybe that's what we saw there, but hopefully can use that momentum picking up the kill on Rat mid and not let that fight up top bother them, because that was huge. And it's just unfortunate. I think if Morgana has the ultimate there, it'd be a whole different game, but it wasn't. No soul shackles available for Brewer in that fight.
It looks like bot lane just got level 6 on red side, so you may see a fight come up real soon once Trundle's done with his bot side clear. Yeah, and it looks like Graves is going towards Grub, so if you can trade Dragon or get bot gank, which best case scenario for red side, you get the bot gank off and you get 2 kills or a couple flashes in the kill, and you go straight to Dragon and grab a Dragon. That'd be a great trade, but it doesn't even look like they know.
There's no vision on the Grubs. Intelligently presume that they are on it based off of York leaving lane. So we do see Trundle, who was in this bottom side, on the Dragon already. Grubs do go down. Trundle does have Dragon to a pretty good chunk on the health. I don't think the teams need to rotate just yet. But the reaction to that, again, Drakar always being proactive in the top side jungle, looking to take the entire top side and that red buff for the second time this game. The engagement may be on to Teddy. He is going to use his ultimate, but the Ezreal ultimate also hits, and so he's running away.
and it might be a whole nothing burger, but Teddy's going to continue to chase this one out. I think if that true shot barrage from Dave does not hit, it's a whole different game, but it nailed Teddy, and so he does not make effective use of the ultimate on the Vayne the final hour, and so it turns into a nothing burger. But we do have Hero around the bottom side of the map. Might get spotted out by those minions. They do see him. That is my least favorite thing in this game as a jungler, is when you're on the other team's Krugs, the minions coming in and lane will spot you. And so they are able to call that out. And we do see Drakar immediately recalled before taking the Krugs of his own and is heading this direction for maybe a counter gank. But I think Hero recognizes that he was spotted and will be recalling. The question will be, will Teddy and Sam overstay? Or will they leave? Or could this be more Dark Harvest stacks for the Graves? Plain Bagel taking damage to make
blue side.
Dave Arcane shifts forward, and now Graves is here. It's a problem. Drakar picks up the kill onto.
We'll say.
That is
Yeah.
well played by Plain Bagel.
Well, if you're red side, you don't play that because you have some disadvantage. Because that Ezreal has barrier and you have nothing but flashes.
Look at this.
if you're
off the
fighting
top
that,
lane.
it's gonna-
Oh no. Do they die?
But
He's going
does he
for
get
it.
away? Oh man.
I don't know if he does. It's going to be a lot of
might be a
damage.
kill.
This is a 5-0 York
my
now. Oh,
goodness.
he does get shut down. Oh no. Leave him alone, Drakar and PB. Be nice. It's a friendly game.
Oh,
He's gone.
he said
That's not
sorry
nice.
before he died. He didn't even know what he did
bad.
wrong.
Ah, man, that's unfortunate. So, Vayne needing to scale, just 1-5 right now, just taking them out of the game. And it's an incredible game plan from the Red All-Stars to say the win con is the Vayne. How do we stop it? Here's what we do. And we've seen that focus from Jakar be incredibly strong. And now forcing Sam and Hero and even Greer kind of leaning this way to make sure that there's nothing else in the jungle before things get a little crazy. And look, you force a ward down here. Now there's no vision in the tri-bush or the river, and it just sets something up in the future. The compounding interest is insane.
Absolutely, and you see Trundle make a really smart play here and decide to full clear the top side and play towards your strongest laner. Because at this point, this Vayne's behind and just needs to farm. You want to go play into your strongest laner, your Gangplank, who just got IE and Nimbus.
Oh, speaking of Vayne being behind, a lot of damage, a great condemn. Does Teddy just continue to go? He does. The true shot block misses. He dives under tower, picks up the kill, and should get away from this. Drakar's in the area. If he stops and recalls, he dies. If he runs this way, he dies. Or will he?
But the slow still
what
lands.
a bubble from Sam. Drakar still chasing after this. Will flash forward, auto attack once, and it is game over. And what looked like it was a great play and escape is just quickly shut down. But shout out to Sam. I think that was an incredible bubble there to really kind of prolong what apparently was the inevitable that we didn't know was at the time.
Help me rephrase what I said, not Nimbus cloak, cloak of agility. Two different cloaks. It looks like Trundle may be looking for something here, but he runs right into a 5-1 York, and he's just getting absolutely melted.
Yeah, it is not a good look right now. Is able to survive for a little bit longer, but is forced to pop the ultimate.
And
if
here
you're the
comes
blue team,
Rat.
oh no, Rat is here. He tries to flash over the wall, he fails it, and just stands there and accepts his fate. That is not good. Using the flash, using the ultimate, and dragging up in just about a minute here. If you're the blue team, you know that that's the case, and you can force this fight down there, especially when your jungler is ahead, as ahead as Drakar is right now.
Yeah, if you're Trundle here, you're trying to play. Actually, not even Trundle. If you're red side here, you want to play damage control. You need to be playing away from these objectives, and wherever Graves is going, you need to be looking for picks on people. You need to watch people walk up completely and almost into you, and you need to try to get picks.
Forward the bottom lane, but it's going to get turned back around as Teddy's going to go forward for this one. The tidal wave going to stop everything. Oh no, the ultimate misses, and so does that. And
Oh, the TP.
Still alive. The TP just come in from Rat, so Rat just might clean this up here. Dave, don't die!
Oh.
He gets away by the skin of his teeth, and Rat looking to continue the pressure onto Sam. The problem is, we've got a Trundle here. Hero is down here as well, and so is Brewer. The ultimate comes through, as we talked about earlier, how effective that can be. Hero picks up that one. Drakar across the map now, and it's got Pilgrims. Hits the smite for the slow, and he's just waiting and waiting for the reloads to come through. Does have his ultimate, but it doesn't connect the way that he needs it to, and so he's able to escape. but they're on this tower. They do not have Void Grubs. Excuse me, they do have the Void Grubs. They do have Maiden, so they will get one tower. They will take a second here, and they're forced to send Teddy top to answer this. They do get the Dragon, or they should get the Dragon here in the moment. The blue all-star team, which is on the red side, they do pick it up. Still haven't messed it up, by the way. And Karma looking to create some pressure here afterward, but not able to find it a whole bunch. And so I think that we will see a reset, maybe a deep breath for us both, and a fight again soon around a Rift Herald.
Yeah, Graves missed the collateral damage, but at the same time, you're getting top turret out of it. You force Gangplank out of lane. You take tier 2 on York. That's 300 gold in both y'all's pockets, and y'all are just going to be getting an item component there.
Well,
It's going to be a lot stronger after this Rift Herald. Oh, it resets.
So that's unfortunate. The ward does come through, so they know that they're here, but there's not enough time to get over this way, especially with Hero and Trundle
No
and
chance.
the bottom side jungle. Just
Oh,
finishing
and it's going to York. The
That
York
is-
gets a
that
lead
is-
in top lane, and it's gone.
That's who you expect it to go on, but also as the team, the person you don't want it to be on, especially after they break that T2. York recalling whenever he goes. Teddy just going for it, by the way. Again, misses the condemn.
Screw
here.
it.
The final hour.
Why
He's gonna
not?
auto attack people. Let him go. Let him do his
Oh,
thing.
but here comes Drakkar. Oh,
Great
but the pillar
alert
comes
from Hero
out.
to say, never mind, and Drakkar able to walk away. After that, doesn't get the word, does get the word. Graves' reload time is always fun. But now we are in a state of nothing happens for a couple minutes unless, Teddy just decides to make it happen. 3.5 minutes until the next objective comes up with Dragon. Otacon has not announced its presence just yet in terms of where it's spawning. So we'll see when that happens and where it ends up going. But it is nothing happening right now, which is kind of that breathing moment that, oh no, look at the reaction time, by the way, on Rat there, just to shoot it backwards. Nobody's going to get killed, but just great reaction time and a great snipe from Brewer, by the way. But nothing happens here for a minute or two, and I feel like this is the time to take a deep breath and figure out what the game plan is. Dragon in 3 minutes now, and so what do the teams decide to do in terms of how they want to catch their breath, get vision control, start that fight, but really just, you're down a couple thousand gold. Again, about 4,000 here for the red team, which is the blue team all-stars. You don't want to get O2'd. And so here's where you're talking about what's your game plan, where do we need to focus, what do we need to do? We haven't taken an outer tower. We've got 2 dragons, they've got none. Do we fight for the dragon? Do we let them have it? Once they started taking them last game, it just snowballed out of control. What happens here? Teddy clearly wants to fight. He's got his final hour again. I feel like we've seen him use it like a Nocturne off cooldown, just looking for skirmishes. But it looks like the plan is to fight for this dragon here for the red team all-stars as they start to set up the vision down there.
They don't even need to.
Oh no, they might just be looking for Brewer. Brewer is going to be able to walk away from this for now, but wow, look at the damage.
Oh, he didn't get the Dark
down there.
Harvest stack off yet. Oh, at this point, you're Morgana, you back away and try to come back. But I think if you're red side, you stack top lane with a few people, and you catch York out, and you grab top turret and open it up. You need to play gold on the other side of the map because this dragon's coming up in a minute 48, and we got another fight coming up mid.
Gosh, just like I said, he's just using it off cooldown, making it happen. Not 1v2ing, Sam is there, but just running in front of Sam, trying to put as much damage as he can. Almost takes out Plain Bagel.
It looks
It's
like
a lot
he's
of
building
damage on the
Cleaver. What is he? I
There's
feel like
gonna
he
be a
built
fight
Rage
here.
Blade, but I may be wrong.
That's got to be Hexplate, right?
Yeah, I guess Hexplate, yeah. I keep forgetting what Phage builds into nowadays. I always correlate it with Black Cleaver.
Not to be the guy who talks about other things on stream, but do you know what I learned today? Singed's passive changed 7 years ago, and I didn't know. Found that out in a mayhem today. Still thought it was the mana and health thing. That's how much of a boomer I am when it comes
What is
to
it now? I mean, I thought it
He
was
siphons move speed from nearby
good.
enemies. I didn't.
Oh.
I never knew about
Yeah.
the mana and
Oh,
health.
and he
thing 'cause
flashed
I
out of the
started,
cage.
like,
No idea.
7 years ago.
I've been playing this game for too long, and I've got literally nothing to show for it. We do
Trundle
have
needs to
Dragons
come up
spawning in
here.
45 minutes. Well, the problem is Dragon's up in 45 seconds, 45 minutes. Trundle's got all the time in the world. 45 seconds.
I hope so.
Dragon comes up. And so if Trundle comes up here, it's just a dragon for them, and I feel like they really need to take these as much as
this-
they can. It is an Infernal Soul, which would be incredible to have on the vein. 20 seconds left until it spawns. Not a lot of vision, but York's still up here doing his thing. By the way, in case we all forgot, for those of you playing along at home, Rift Herald still on the side of York. Has
Yeah.
not been used yet. Will be used, I imagine, soon. Gangplank recalling, by the way, in the jungle. Hong Baba might be caught out. Drakar's just going to go on to him here. Is taking a
he's
couple power
dodging.
shots. He's falling down to half health. Both are going to escape. No, they're not. Rat picks up the kill. On the
Collateral
right
damage
second.
finds them.
Can they catch something back here? Plain Bagel caught out a bit. The reflection pushes the tidal wave back. Plain Bagel still alive. He will fall, though, in the last moment. So it's a 1-for-1, but your Vayne going down is the last person you want, especially with an objective like this in the map. By the way, Dave just getting free farm in the bottom lane while all this is going on. And the push on the mid lane here. Still haven't gone to Dragon. Great play by the red team here. Sure, you can take her out of mid.
York's keeping bot. He's
We're
gonna
on
drop
Dragon.
he's gonna drop the Rift Herald bot lane. He's gonna find a tier 2. You either gotta go answer the dragon or you gotta answer that Rift Herald. You're almost wondering if this
Actually
troll has a
not gonna
plan
be
or
as hard as
not.
I thought it was. Dragon getting reset here, and so Bartholomew, Nishan sitting here, 5-1, looking for an angle onto something. They're going to start the Dragon on their own. I don't think that blue team wants to give it up.
It's 3v3
The question is,
right
they go
here,
for a split for a fight. It is
Blue side's
3v3.
coming.
He does not get the steal.
but
I
Ezreal
think
was
they're just gonna
blinded.
back
Rooted right
away,
here.
And they do. York takes some damage, but you can't commit too much to it just yet, especially with your Vayne not here. And so
Yeah,
it's
they have
just
no
gonna be a
ultimates up
Dragon
except for
walk away.
Morgana. This is just a bad fight if you go for it. They just get it for free. You can honestly
Yeah.
force Otacon on blue side because what are they gonna do? They have no ultimates and you
They're hearing
do.
you. They are. you
But
are
they
in the
do.
lead.
They're all
on.
coming up. I mean, all your defenses are down. I mean,
York
if
a
you're
bit overextended.
red
You
side,
can't do too much on him.
oh, here comes a TP on Morgana. He's
A lot of
gonna
damage
probably
coming
flash
from
inside to
Morgana
get the
is coming
ult.
to the back line. Can Morgana get a great flank? We've seen Brewer do it hundreds of times. Misses that first binding there. Otacon is still here as reset. Nobody's on it just yet. It is a 4-stack walking through. Teddy is the one on the flank here, but we do see that Nishan's off on the side. Nishan does see Teddy, isn't able to catch him out with the circle thing that York does. Oh my goodness, the name is escaping me at the moment. But now we do see that Nishan's just going to go ahead and push out bottom lane and force them to react to that. We have the blue team all-stars on the red team in an awkward position. They do catch Shakar a bit, but are they forcing it too much? They think that they are. The damage comes through. And I don't think that the red team can do this anymore. What a combination of the True Shot Barrage and the Golden Eclipse to do the damage. Hero trying to get onto Dave and isn't able to as Dave picks up that kill. Brewer forced to run for his life. Teddy as well. Rat still chasing this onto Brewer, but has to stop. Pings on Otacon. Will they start it? They are low. They do start it. And York's just doing whatever he wants. Will he get this tower or will the armor come through? He does get it. Don't think there's going to be able to do much more from that. And Otacon is the call as of now. Oh no, Nishan stayed too long. Teddy's here, probably, right? Right? Yes, I was correct. Teddy picks up that kill, gets some damage, and maybe a bit of a shutdown onto the York, which is nice. But not before York's done its damage, and not before the red team all-stars picks up the Otacon.
Yeah, this Graves gonna be really scary. He's filthy rich right now. You're almost wondering by the end of the game if he's gonna be full items and he's gonna be able to afford that cigar finally.
Well,
He has enough Dark Harvest stacks to make up for any items that he doesn't have.
yeah,
does
and
tons
not
of
only that,
damage.
but he has the items.
Yeah.
So 5,
He's way ahead.
1, and 8. He's exactly where you want to be if you have a Graves on your team. Plain Bagel looks
Oh
like
yeah, and
he
he's
might
up
have
by
been a little
70
overconfident.
farm.
Yeah, it is not fun right now for Trundle. But Trundle, the good thing about Trundle, and one of my favorite things about him, is that he has a role that he can play on this team, and that role can be the peel and the pillar and all those types of things. So the good news is there's still some utility there, right? It's not like you're playing a Master Yi and you're down 100 CS or something. And there's them of that utility coming through now as Bagel's caught out a bit. Damage comes through. Dave tries to save his support with his True Shot, but now he's in a bad spot for himself and is forced to Arcane Shift and Flash away. It wasn't enough. Some signs of life here for the blue team All-Stars. Teddy's going in again.
Oh, but
And
what
just
an E
Rat
by
says
Mel.
that's not how that works.
This is health.
And Teddy, I think, finally met his match, and once he runs into the Mel, it's still going to be forced to
He's
reset
finally
that a
been
bit.
abused.
Yeah, he's going to have to second guess whether or not he has the ability to do that. Scott going to back away from some damage there, but Dave did everything he could there on the Ezreal. That arcane barrage, excuse me, not the arcane barrage, the true shot barrage was great and went through the entire team, but it was just too much damage on a plain bagel. And that's that role that Trundle can play. Hey, I'm behind. I've still got utility. I'm not Master Yi, who if I'm behind, it's over and I'm useless. He's still got the utility. And, well, speaking of utility, teleport comes in. Shove that bottom lane. We see Vayne here. I'm going to teleport the Dragon. Vayne can't get here in time. The thing is, Karma's still further away, coming there. On the side, Hero going to walk through. The Baron's already gone, by the way, before reaction can even happen. And the blue team All-Stars just has to walk away empty-handed, as we've seen them do so many times. The gold lead is extended to 10,000 gold now, and they haven't started the Baron power play yet, which begins now.
There it is.
30 seconds left until Dragon spawns. You imagine they push the lanes a tiny bit, pick up that Dragon, maybe do a bit of a reset, and make a big push here. The question is what direction, where, what's the game plan? We do have the inner tower left in mid lane, but nowhere else in the map. Hero, this is not your jungle anymore, my friend. You need to leave immediately. 10 seconds left on this Dragon. I think that's going to be the play. I think they take this Dragon, reset, and then come up with their game plan. Again, the question becomes, what is the game plan? Do they try to get the last inner tower in the mid lane? Do they look for that open inhibitor in the bottom lane, like Drakar seems like he's doing right now? Do they try to crack top lane? What's your do you try to split the map a little bit? I don't think that anybody can answer this Yorick right now. Quite frankly, I don't think anybody can match this Graves either right now. So lots of options here. And what's your response if you're the blue team All-Stars? Oh no, Teddy's just in an awkward spot. Might get attacked here. They try to converge on that. They're also converging the bottom lane.
Here we go.
Playing Bagel too far out in the front, and it looks like Teddy's going to be the target there. They're putting so much damage on him.
Oh, but Teddy's rooted.
So much for the support who can shield and survive. And Teddy pays for it with his life. The question is, will anybody else? Sam looked like they'd be the target, but chooses to flash away to live another day. And I think this tower will crack. And this team is sitting on so much gold still, by the way. They haven't backed since taking that Baron. And so once they back, they're going to be even stronger than they are now. That's if they need to. One inhibitor down, the second one surely will fall, and it does. Scott in the front, but now he's gone, and that's your gank playing top lane. Your next player is gone. Your Trundle, your Vayne is still down, by the way. And they're going to continue to push forward onto this. Nami swimming away as swiftly as she can. Nishan tank in tower because why not? Will barely survive. I think you've got to back away here because Teddy's here now, and will he be able to make anything happen? This could be the play they need, but they do get two. He does get a massive shutdown. Over 1,000 gold goes on him for that shutdown. Drakar ticks away, and Gruer picks up some kills there for himself. Dave flashes forward and picks up one for himself as well. If he can kill this Morgana, that could be the game. 4 seconds left until Hero's up. 3 seconds for Scott Pilgrim. Dave might just go for it. They're just going to go for it. Now they're going to have to back away. There's the pillar coming through. Gruer flashing forward with the ultimate. And the Zanyas. That's a dead Ezreal. It's not going to be a dead Karma, though. They will walk away. They will live another day. The question is, how much longer will they live for? That Nexus Tower does fall at the last possible second. But signs of life, maybe. Gruer picks up a big shutdown onto Graves. Teddy picks up a big shutdown onto the Mel.
Unfortunately, that gold difference is still 9,000, so you didn't get much out of it. You lost your base, but you got the kills. At this point, you just need a turtle in your base so your twos come up, and then hopefully look for a pick on somebody. But if I'm blue side, I'm 5-manning anything I do at this point in the game because my 5-man is completely broken. They can't contest me on anything.
Well, and speaking of that, there's really also nothing to contest on right now. We do see all 4 of the buffs are up across the map. Blue buff and red buff on both sides are up. No Baron for another 2 minutes. No Dragon for another 2 minutes. There's nothing to do. Would not be surprised to just see the red team All-Stars slam it right down mid lane and look for a Nexus and look for a miracle play. Ultimates are going to all be back up for all members in the game. The last one just coming active now for Teddy to have his available in the next fight. We've seen him use the final hour constantly, and it's worked well, but a little too aggressive almost, but you kind of have to be at a certain point. And so just trying to clear up bot lane. Hero, you can't be here, my friend, is able to get away just barely for now and will be able to escape. We did see a great rotation from Scott and Gruer to make sure that he gets out alive. and is able to do so. But here comes that shove. We don't see Nishan here. He is in the bottom side, does have teleport, but going to go ahead and look to escort some of those minions in the bottom lane there as well. Baron buff barely gone, so we don't have that anymore on the side of the Red Team All-Stars, so they don't have to worry about Baron minions at least, but it's still a lot to have to deal with, as it's just crisis mode right now, as all three lanes are getting pushed, and even the top lane, which still has the inhibitor standing, is still pushed in their direction just from the wave management from the Red Team All-Stars.
If I'm blue side, I'm 5 stacking top lane and just gonna stack that top turret and get triple inhibs off on them.
Well,
Because because red side has a really good wave clear. So if you just pile in double super minions on their bases.
Slightly off camera, tower has spawned, but Teddy is desperately fighting minions for their life, trying to keep it up. Sam catches a binding, damage comes through, a great true shot. What happened there? As Rat picks up a kill on Sam out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it's a 5 versus 4. The combination of the Golden Eclipse and the True Shot Barrage is too much damage, and it is awfully desperate. Last stand time for the blue team. What do you got? The answer is not much. Hero goes in onto the York, who's just standing there tanking the towers, and 2 more people fall just like that. Scott goes down.
The auto's wrong person, but it didn't matter.
And the Nexus will follow as the Red Team All-Stars pick up the last kill and pick up the game 2 with a clean 2-0 sweep for the Red Team All-Stars. Nishan, Drakkar, Rat, Dave, and Plain Bagel with a dominating showing in the All-Stars series.
Do we grab somebody from this blue side, this RES team right here, Red All-Stars? Grab Rat? That'd be pretty hype.
Have a little chat.
I'd like to hear what he has to say about this All-Stars game because he performed on the Mal.
I'm gonna be that guy.
Oh, there he is.
Who have we not talked to enough during this season? Is it Rat? But hey, Rat, welcome in. Thank you for just joining us voluntarily or involuntarily. It might even be
His own will.
in here. How much did you guys play together leading into this, or were these your first 2 games as a 3, 4, 5 stack heading into the series?
This was the first time I've ever played with Dave, Nishan, and PV. I mean, I've had banter with PV in the past, but as far as the other 2 guys, this is my first time meeting them. But they all played insane, so good.
How were the comms in the game? Did it come naturally? Were there some kind of? I mean, there's always going to be hiccups, right? But did it come naturally for you guys? Did anybody kind of step up into a shot caller type role? Just take us inside that room with you if you could.
I feel like it was pretty. I don't know. It was very serious until we realized that we just have the game in our grasp. Mm-hmm. And then once we past that point, it was super unserious and everybody was just making fun of each other. But yeah, no, it was I don't know, super good comms, super nice people.
Well, good. That's what we love to hear. How we were having a lot of fun looking at champions kind of going into game 2. Not teasing it or anything, right? But just kind of looking at the different champions that are being picked, right? We don't see a lot of Graves, haven't seen a lot of Ezreal, but how did champions go in game 2? Was it just just pick me this, whatever, man? Or what was the thought process behind the draft in game 2? You're already laughing, so I know this is going to be great.
Well, we didn't start talking about our first pick until the timer started counting down. And so I was like, okay, so do we have any first picks? Because at this point, most of the mid pool was pretty much gone. Yeah. So I was like, I don't really, because my best blind pick is probably Orianna, and since it's fearless, I couldn't play it. So, so I didn't really have any first pick mids that I could pick. So I was like, it's probably got to be mid jungle. And then he was like, you could pick me Ezreal if you want. And then we were talking about how Ezreal might not be great because he can just pick Mundo or, I don't know, different ideas. But we weren't super favorite on the Ezreal at first. So then I hovered the jungle tab to first pick jungle, and with 5 seconds left in the pick, Drakkar says, "Pick me Silas," which was played in the game before.
It was a banger pick too, though. And the Alistar.
Couldn't pick the Silas. So So then yeah, I just picked Ezreal. But then after that, it's just like, I don't know. We were thinking about Karma game one, but it ultimately ended up picking Alistar. Also, game one draft, he was like, "Do I just play the cow?" And I was like, "You could play the cow." And there was like 10 seconds left, and I was like, "But if you play the cow, they're going to pick Silas." And we were like, "All right, whatever. Let's just pick the cow. Fuck it." And then we picked the cow and instantly locked Silas, and we're like, "Oh."
Called it. Yeah. Worked out well in the end. I think PB had so much pressure on the Alistair there in game one, so that was a lot of fun to watch. Got a little excited on the Karma a couple times, but just really scrappy. Speaking of scrappy, we saw just absolute carnage, it felt like, in the bottom lane. We saw it in the mid lane a bit in game one. Game two, just constant chaos down there, it felt like. What was your reaction in the mid lane against the Morgana, where you're kind of just, the most action you guys are having is just wave clearing with each other and reflecting some things and dark shielding and all that stuff. But what were the comms like in terms of the early game plan with how insane it was getting in the bottom lane and, the level 2-3 gank that we saw from Hero trying to make something happen in the bottom lane on Trundle? Like, what was the thought process early on in game two for you guys?
Well, my bot lane threatened to kill my jungler if he didn't path bot. That's a real thing that happened. They actually had a gun to his head in real life.
Understand. I've been there.
Understandable. Understandable crash out.
But yeah, no, I mean, generally whatever Drakkar says is like whatever, like I shape my game off of like, the like whether I should push my wave or hold my wave, or if we're looking for invades or if I'm looking to defend invades or things like that. Like I always get comms on if that kind of thing is going to happen, or kind of what he's playing for. So like with the TP bot, I mean, I got ran down by Trundle after the TP, but I don't know. I mean, I think that with a support player like PB and with an AD player like Teddy, I think that there's just like kind of bound to be a lot of carnage bot lane, just like fighting all the time. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was busy just like really hard focusing on last hitting minions. Just pressing Q and executing them and just right clicking and breathing air and drooling.
And just surviving and just doing the thing. How interesting or awkward or weird was it for you to kind of go against two of your teammates? Obviously, we see a lot more of you and Rat in the QC games than we do of Scott and Hero per se, but still two of your teammates and I assume friends and all that type of stuff on the other side of it. Did that make it a little bit more fun for you? Did it kind of raise the stakes a bit? Was it a little bit weird? Were you worried? Did you know like insider things of you might pick this if we do that? Like
yeah.
What did that bring to you throughout the game and the champion select and all that good stuff?
Yeah. Well, I've known Scott and Hero for probably like close to 2 years, and we've been playing for a long time. So I mean, Scott's champ pool is like literally the ocean. He can just pick every champion in the top pool. So to ban against him, you just have to ban what's really good into your team, and he's always still just going to have something that will be good. But and then with Hero, it's like kind of he has like a set maybe like 6 or 7 champions that he's like that he's like really insane at. So if you can kind of shape your draft, and especially if he picks early, you can kind of, because like you saw with this draft, like their only engage is just Trundle running at us, and then everything else is just there's nothing else they can do other than like maybe a Morgana flash ult or something. But like I just like normally in a normal game it would be like Nami ult, but I just reflect it because I'm Mel. So they just have no form of engage, and we just have so much range, so it's hard for them to deal with.
Yeah. I mean, the entire team on your side was ranged, obviously, except for the Yorick, right? But such an advantage there. And I didn't mean to interrupt you, Daniel. Go ahead.
There you go. This is completely unrelated from the game. How ready is your team ready for the finals?
Oh, that was my last question. You stole it.
Are y'all ready for the finals, man?
I don't know. It depends on if NYNB is ready. It seems like they don't even want to play with how the schedule.
We should bring PB in here and discuss this.
No, no.
I
am
somehow
more
I
than
somehow
ready.
don't think PB has any control over the scheduling. I
My
don't think
team-
that would be what we want.
Team is more than ready for finals. More than
What
ready.
practicing have y'all done?
A lot.
A lot?
A lot of practice, but it's like we don't even need practice.
Really?
I'm so confident going into NYNB game if we can even schedule the game.
Were y'all ready last time y'all played NYNB?
I think
Brewer.
we kind of. What's up, Brewer?
Hey guys.
I think we were definitely ready. I think we I don't know. I think it was just an off day for us. But I think
There you
that
go.
I mean we've 2-0'd that team in the past, so.
Absolutely. Are y'all dialed in this time?
Oh,
Like, are
we're
y'all ready,
so-
but are y'all dialed in?
We're unimaginably dialed in. Unimaginably.
Were you able to extract any top secret information from PB in terms of what he wants to play? / are you now petrified of Alistair heading into your series after seeing his performance on it today?
Yeah, I think PB definitely showcased his IQ in our comms. And I won't say if that's like a good or a bad thing, you know. So
Yeah.
I am not really worried at all actually about PB anymore. Just take him off the recon, and I think the series is probably pretty free.
Well,
A lot of
that's all my
confidence
questions.
coming out of him.
There's a lot of confidence.
Okay,
but, you know,
someone clip this
excited.
for when things go south.
It won't happen. You gotta believe me.
Well, let me do this then. I said I was done, but I've got one. I'm going to put you guys in the spot because you're here right now. And it's okay if you don't want to. I just think it'd be fun for the people at home. Dean, Brewer, you guys are casting finals. When that happens, I know some of the plans around it. Are you guys sharing what you're doing in preparation for finals and some of the excitement that you guys are building leading into it? Or are you going to keep it a secret for now?
I think we'll keep it a little secret for now. Do
all
tune
we'll
into the
say is
podcast in
it'll
like
be
3
the best.
minutes, though.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Got the podcast coming in 3 minutes. Oh, is it going to be Victor based?
I don't know. We'll see how many takes we have. It's okay. You guys kind of just talked the whole time, so I didn't need to. So I saw the
Awesome.
voice. So.
Absolutely. It was
I'll
fun.
spoil it for you guys.
I got my
$500
play-by-play
cash
right
prize.
here, man.
$500 cash prize out of Brewer's pocket, he said.
Oh,
for the winner
come
of the series. Like, Brewer?
Oh,
I
fuck.
get to win a series and take money from Brewer.
Well,
He said Demon, but I mean, we could also add
Oh,
500
Dean
from
Frog?
Brewer
it's
as well.
$1,000 is what I heard. It's 500 from each.
I
Wait,
cannot
y'all are
give
getting
500.
paid?
I will triple last year's prize pool.
Hell yeah.
Oh my
Become zero
god.
is still zero, boys. Don't get too excited. Well, that does it in terms of questions from me. I don't know if Dean or Daniel have any more before we kind of flush this toilet.
I mean, before it goes down the bowl, I mean, hopefully we get the game in the next 6 or 7 days. 6, 7.
Oh my god.
And-
Okay, that one was
Well
intentional.
said. Well said. Well said.
But I'm really excited for this next series. Hopefully I get to play against y'all, but if not, I hope to be watching a banger series between MYNB and QC. And I wonder if BS has anything left to say before I guess we go over to Victor Base.
Would
That's
you
all
look
I
at
got.
that?
Yeah, I'm
Say the
Now I'm
scrims.
getting DMs from Blake about scheduling. I think I scared him. I think he's over there shaking and quivering.
No,
He's
it's
like, "Oh,
okay. I pinged
better get to
him.
scheduling.
Well, Dean, I'm going to throw it to you. Or I don't know if you're planning on ending stream and then going live later or what your story is, but I'll let you check this out. It was a pleasure casting with you, Daniel.
It was.
Thank you
We got to
for
do
your
it again.
time.
You're a great play-by-play.
It has been a lot of fun. I appreciate Dean for giving us the opportunity and making it happen. So
Of course. Thanks for bailing my voice
I
out.
appreciate your fever, Dean.
I don't.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to do this.
I do. Dean, can you read me an audiobook, like all of it from cover to cover, please?
We'll see if I can like try like fucking like Fox and Socks or something on Victor Base or
Yes,
something.
please.
Okay. All right. Okay. Just please, for the love of God, stop talking so I can cut stream so we can go live.
Sorry. Let's flush this toilet.
Let's flush it. Let's get the toilet plunger out. Let's get out of here.
See you.
All right.